Kia ora, good morning, morena. So I wasn't planning on making this video, but I kind of felt like I have to. I was just minding my own business, having my morning coffee. I just woke up at like 6:15. I woke up briefly and then went back to sleep and woke up at 6:15. So I'm having my first coffee of the morning, obviously thinking about my wee Trump truck because it's his big day tomorrow. It's my boy's big day. And obviously my only concern is getting him to the end of it in one piece, because we know they keep trying to have a pop at him, and I have to protect him. I know God said to stand down. Michael and I were to stand down, and he has to go through his thing and blah blah blah, but I can't help it. I love him too much. I'm too protective of him because I knew him when he was the real him, before the influences took over, after his first assassination attempt. And my boys and I had predicted that and had been preparing ourselves for, these assassination attempts of his as far back as like 2017, 18. Like, it's all documented, it's all recorded, the whole Spider King thing. Like, he knows it all, he's seen it all. I have showed him, if I talk about you in public, I let you know I'm talking about you in public. I don't hide anything. It's so that nobody can ever say that I talk about you behind your back. I say it to your face. I'm not afraid. But this thing happening in America is a big deal. There's a lot of people that are feeling betrayed by him and feeling let down because they've seen him become more NWO focus based and less about the people and blah blah blah. And so it's rising to conspiracy theories. But my gut keeps telling me that it's not all that it seems. But I'm not going to go into that in case I'm right. Let's just hold off, because I feel like something's coming that is going to be like a gotcha moment for the dark side. But we'll just see. If not, I mean, he's going to be left in the hands of some very angry Americans, and he'll have to deal with it himself. But that's, outcomes in life are dealt with by probables and possibles. Like when you picked for the All Blacks, probably going to be an All Black, possibly going to be an All Black. The probables, it means it works more in your favour. He's probably walked into the wrong nest of people. So there's a possible chance that something doesn't feel right. I'm just going to put it like that. I'm still personally holding out hope in him. I still have hope and patience for him because I still see it in him trying to come out. The real, the one, the Donald that I know, right? So he's on my mind, and I'm drinking my coffee, saying to God, right, okay, we're a day away. It's only a day away tomorrow. Oh, let's get him to tomorrow. That's all I keep thinking about. That's all I'm focused on. Obviously, with foundation stuff going on in the back of my head, so I'm having my coffee, and my coffee's just answered my question. It's pretty much just told me what we have to do. So I thought I would show you how I read coffee on camera. And first of all, you can see the giant scorpion, and I'm a Scorpio, so this is a message for me. It's all about me. But do you see there the man standing with his arms up? The Scorpio turns into a man standing in a crowd with his arms up, and he is surrounded. See, there's his body, there's his head, there's his arm raised. He's got flowers in his hand. Now that's symbolic. So there's all the people, right? And they're listening to him talk, they're looking up at him, and he's having a victory. So he is going to have his inauguration. But the flowers in his hand, you'll notice some of the petals have come off. Now, there's a video I made yesterday to my sister that I will edit onto the back of this video, where I was saying to my sister, I can smell flowers, I can smell chrysanthemums. My mum always had chrysanthemums in the house, so I know the smell. And he's holding flowers in his hand, but if you look carefully, you'll see that some of the petals have come off. Now, that's symbolic. If you look at the direction where the petals are going, it walks right into a spider. Now, you can take this one of two ways, but I'm guessing with that eye there, we're talking about surveillance and drones. So what we're being told is that in the back of the crowd, like at the back of where all the people are, wherever he is facing, off to his right-hand side, there is going to be someone watching him. Spiders in the reverse, the negative totemic value of a spider is covert surveillance, spying, snipers, definitely, because they lay in wait for their prey to come into their line of sight before they strike. Now this is a black widow, which would suggest it's somebody connected to the person. It's personal. It's somebody who knows them. It's somebody who it's connected to, somebody who has personal access to them, like a widow would to, the spouse. So they need to watch the back. They also need to watch the ear, because if you turn it, it also turns into what looks like a drone. So it's somebody who has access to drones. It's somebody who has access to internet cameras, surveillance, security, that sort of thing. So Trump's security team need to be watching the ear and need to be watching the back of the ground, the back of the crowd, and up, especially to his right. If you can, try not to get him to raise his arms, because it looks like if they are going to try and do something, it might be when his arms are raised. It seems like the cue is going to be when he raises his arms. Now, the flowers, I don't think presidents are given flowers, but it could be symbolic. Like I said, but here's the thing, right? So remember, that's the Scorpio if you turn it that way. That's me, Scorpio. I'm watching. I've got my eye on him. He's completely safe as long as we can watch the drone and his right hand side at the back of the crowd and up. But watch. Look at that. This is why I had to record it. Look at the star. There's a North Star. But if you turn it that way, it looks like Jesus on the cross. Or angels lifting souls up. You see the angel, see the wings, see how he's holding on to a person? Saving souls. Souls are going to be saved. And I don't mean like a tragic event. I mean conversions. People are going to get converted back to God. They're going to have faith again. This is God saying, have faith in the plan. Look at the ascension. You can see the ascension beam. You can see, we'll see a person there. You can see the beam of light, the ascension beam. And someone's been lifted off and carried by an angel. That is Jesus on the cross, carrying souls above the man at the podium. That has also been protected by the Scorpio. So how cool is that? So I'm going to upload this and link President Trump to it, because for some reason I always have I have to save him all the time. I'm always having to produce something to save him all the time. I must just be born to be his guardian. I just have to get him away from the Black Widow spider that has a connection to the drones. And the signals, see that little box with the dots? That's the signals coming off the drones. So someone is going to be watching him like a hawk tomorrow, but God is saying, fear not. We're protecting him. We've got him. Don't worry about it. And I think somebody watching this video is going to be so blown away by what they're watching, it saves their soul. It converts them. Look, you can see all the stars and all the people. There are people that are going to be so moved and so wowed by this supernatural event that they're going to witness over the next, like between this video and the end of tomorrow, when we get them to the end of it, that it's going to save their souls. They're going to be converted to, not definite, doesn't have to be religion and that, but they're going to believe in God. They're going to believe in the supernatural. They're going to believe that there's a world out there they had no clue existed that is way cool. That's why I hang out in it. Like, why would you want to hang out with the people still in the Matrix when you can live a supernatural world where you just say to the water, give me the answer, and look at that. Inside the moon are my answers. It even looks like New York City. I mean, it could even be the Statue of Liberty. Really? Even looks like Palestine. Oh, you better sort that one out, Mr. Trump, because God's watching in respect to that, and you better do right by the children. You got to do right by the pure and innocent, mate. This isn't about politics. This is about soul redemption. And somebody's got to do it for the children. It's got to be about the pure and innocent. Otherwise, you can't call yourself a man of God. So there's a plus side and a negative side, a probable and a possible to every outcome. The probables work in your favour. The possibles is like a so be a probable. Do the right thing. You've earned this second presidency. Don't ruin it, because if it turns on you, that'll be your soul getting collected to be taken to heaven, and we can't have that. We've got to get you. You were sent here, Mr. Trump, to right the wrongs of America. So just please be careful tomorrow. Try not to raise your arms, because it could be a signal. And yeah, let's get you to midnight Tuesday. God bless. Why, he's certainly watching. So let's see what this big event is that saves people's souls in a really awesome way and converts people back to believing that the supernatural is real. Until next time, ka kite anō. Mwah. Girl, I swear I just got the biggest whiff of chrysanthemums. Remember, Mum loved chrysanthemums. She always had them. I just got the biggest, strongest whiff of chrysanthemums. So, interesting.
It's interesting. That means she's with you. She's going to be helping you and guiding you, get you home. Hey, don't you think? I normally smell flowers with Laurie. When I know Laurie's around, I can always smell a flower or a perfume.
Right, so so chrysanthemums, they are the totemic meaning for loyalty, longevity, happiness, like joyful celebrations. So he's going to be fine tomorrow, but there are warnings. The chrysanthemums let me know. The mums let me know. And it's funny because they were one of my mum's like all-time favourite flowers. She always had them in the house. She had them in her garden, everything. She loved chrysanthemums. So the house always smelt of chrysanthemums. And I always say that, he's my little trump truck. That I feel like his mum, like I'm protective over him like a mum, and they're called mums. So I was just messaging my sister yesterday saying I got the strongest smell. So mum's the word. He's gonna be fine. He's just, there's some precautions that need to be taken, but as long as he listens to this video, he's gonna be fine. It's we got our answer. So let's just hope that his security and all of that do a good job and maybe listen to the warning and keep an eye out for anything that's off in the distance and up in the air. They need to look up high because this surveillance, it might be hiding or in disguise, but it's going to be up high, possibly in the air. I don't know why, like, look out for things like blimps. I'm just saying, for example, like, blimps or anything, anything up high, anything flying, anything up high that can disguise itself or hide. But it's surveillance, it's undercover, it's covert, it's being sneaky. If you don't have anything to hide, you have no reason to hide anything. Do you know what I mean? So that's what spiders in reverse are, because spiders in the upright is like surveillance and like CCTV, security, protection, strategy, precision, that sort of thing. Anything to do with intuition, perception, depth perception, um, biomagnetic frequencies, highly tuned, highly skilled. Like in the upright, it would be like, a master marksman, somebody who gets the shot every time, and all they do is take out the world's worst and worst human beings, kind of sniper. And in the reverse, it would be the sort that try and take out presidents, kind of sniper, assassin, as opposed to protection, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. It's not that taking a life is condoned, but there are some people on this planet who are so dark and so twisted and so evil that the only thing they deserve is to be judged by Satan once God pulls the trigger. Because God's the one that pulls the trigger, God's the one that decides your fate. So, you know, probables and possibles. You're probably going to be fine, but there's a chance you possibly, if you've done something wrong, this could be a lesson. Or you're probably a really bad person. God's going to give you a chance to prove that you're possibly a good person. But if not, you're probably going down, like that sort of thing. One side of each scale, the probables and possibles of one's fate. So that's just what I'm being told. I have to go with the signs and signals. So he's going to be perfectly fine. He's protected. He's got all eyes on him. He's going to make it. He just needs to do the right thing in order to get there, in order to keep that position, in order to keep that protection. He has to do the right thing by the pure and innocent. It can't be about money and profit. It has to be about doing the right thing by the pure and innocent. And there's many, many millions of them, many millions of them. And he's been put here to be the change agent as long as he does the right thing by the pure and innocent and by God. Don't ever claim to be a man of God if your heart is in making money for yourself, for fame, for power, for if you're in this for self and not for the people you claim to represent, then God's going to have a problem with that when you're holding the Bible in his hand. So God's watching. He needs to be on his best behavior from this point on, but he is the inauguration's going to be fine. He just needs to listen, and then he needs to do the right thing the second he gets into power, and get rid of the Black Widows. And he'll be handed the keys to the kingdom of heaven. Like God will fling the doors open and give him the Midas touch, whatever he wanted he could have for doing the right thing. It's a harder road to get the rewards, but when you get there, you're richer than you were when you signed your soul to the devil, because that doesn't last forever. Whatever the devil offers you, it doesn't last forever, whereas what God offers you lasts for an eternity. So anyway, I've got to stitch all this together now and put it up and make myself another coffee and hope that this time I don't get accosted by Jesus on a cross. Or Michael, because obviously Michael's back. God bless him. I love my brothers. Mwah.